hang out today. I cleared all this spot. This was the propagation slash germination station, if you will. But moved it over here. Still got a table here. Moved under the southern hibiscus and the mulberry. And you can see slowly stocking up. Slowly. Because right now I have one barrel of water to water everything, so I'm trying to keep that in mind. No irrigation currently, and don't have any soil, completely out of soil. So I'm working with what I got, true fashion. Got the moringa, taro, galangal, some tomatoes are left, yellow elder, southern hibiscus, some pothos for fun, milkweed, but I'm still double checking. And these are just a little thing of papaya seeds and lemongrass starts and blue spur plant or tomato plant. I mean, Jesus, toilet paper plant. And I guess I'll sit here. God, that messed me up. This looks like somebody. The thyme also is doing really good. Hey, kitten. I better run with some food. But these are just tiny little thyme cuttings that I threw in water and then in these little things of soil. And these are perfect gifts. And growing slow, but I think that's going to be a cutting. Read it through. Yeah, there it is. So what else? There are some. Oh, yeah. So I was completely out of popsicle sticks. I usually use popsicle sticks. Sometimes I'll use like disposable spoons and butter knives after they've been used and rinsed off. Mustn't waste. And especially out here, because the store is very far. And like if I wanted the closest thing is Publix, and if I wanted something from Publix, it's like a 35-minute bike ride. And yeah, that's what. Anyway, so was able to print them. 3D printer, the Fireforge. Haven't printed anything in a while, and I printed one. Ooh, I think I lost the. This is actually the backing of the. Where did I put it? There's I, I printed 2 styles, and one style was this, which came with 10 on a sheet. Let me grab my basket real quick. I gave up on an actual bag for outside, so I'm just use okay. This is the original one I printed, and it was printed on this, and then you just pull it off. You could print things without the support, or I forget what this is called. You could print it without this, but figured could use them both, and I ended up using the piece you usually throw away before I used the actual thing. But it took 17 minutes. Where did this come from? It took 17 minutes to print this one, and it took about an hour to print the 10. And you can see, I'm really excited for these. They're brilliant, and they're not too thick, so they use very little. And I'll be able to use these for years. And beautiful. The next one that I'm going to print out, I found that has a bezel that's a little bit more raised. And what I'm going to try to do with that is flatten or press some flowers and leaves, and then put the leaf of the plant on it. And maybe also the name, and I'll just use resin, the UV resin. That's perfect, ideal. So I do need one for tomatoes. I'm gonna put E tomatoes because it's Everglades tomatoes. Or maybe I should write Everglades tea. I like Everglades. Ev tomato. Everglades tomatoes. I'll use this for years. I'm thinking it's brilliant. The Everglades tomatoes is over here. Here. Brilliant. There's 4 babies. Angels of Opar, all these seeds. I really should be doing that now, so maybe I will do that. I was at a local spot and they had these. I'm pretty sure these are for but this is for my beach. I thought it was perfect for seeds and they were 2 for $1, so I grabbed these. And plastics don't great. And I usually grab any seed. These, when we went to, I went to Highland Games with Snap though, because he's from Scotland, and there's these really cool, doesn't that kind of look like a little turtle shell? And a beautiful purple flower, and the seeds are really neat. Kind of like, not quite helicopter seeds, but they're seeds with that really thin paper, so they fly and glide. Helicopter seeds are really cool. I tried to grab one to show y'all actually, because a few times I mention them. It's these big, I always forget what the tree is called. No. No. She loves laying in seed trays. But, what was it called? It's these big, hard, fruits, if you will. And, when they crack open, the helicopter seeds inside, it's so fun to throw them up because they all spin to the ground like nature's confetti. And I think I have some more seeds. Oh, that's right. I have to grab them from inside. I found 2 Surron cherries. And, oh shoot. There's a few things that actually I totally forgot I had laying on top of pots before I moved all the pots. Growing just from the store. It grows so slow, but I can't wait. Beautiful plant. And the galangal is just like a ginger. The flowers almost kind of orchid-like. Same thing with, I wish I could show y'all this. It's the last year for sure. This tree is gonna be with the, say, pigeon pea. Trying to see. Oh, look, there's a pod. It's still fresh, but the flowers are really nice. Red and yellow. And again, a little orchid looking. And let me get some of these seeds. Oops. Ow! There's some glass under this. This is the old spot of the fire pit. And that glass lizard, I think it now lives between these rocks and stuff, because I saw it a few times in this exact location. And so the jewels, I'm gonna try to just break one. Nope. Okay, yeah, I just did one. I wanted to count. You can't really see, but each jewel has a ton of seeds. Here, I'm just gonna put them in my hands. Each jewel has a ton of seeds in it, and these ones I'm going to just plant in a pot. I'll put it in this one. Some oxalis or wood sorrel. Are you ready? the seed pods on these, it's called wood sorrel. There's a bunch of names for it, but I know it as oxalis. Kind of a lemony. It's a weed. I also call it clover, even though I know that trails into a lot of things, because unfortunately that's what I grew up calling it. See the seed pod. I wonder if it's ready. Not quite. But they'll burst. They'll explode out of the seed pod. You just touch the seed pod and you'll see them. It's really cool. And this is the smaller variety, and it has a tiny little yellow flower. They're gorgeous. And the larger variety has purple flowers. Oh! Shoot! I don't think it got it. It did it. It did the thing. So when you see these in your yard, feel them with your finger, because if they're ready, you'll feel all the seeds spitting out of it. My friend Casey up north got it on camera, and I tried to get it on camera on the other phone I was using, but I couldn't get it clear. And she got it really good. I have to find it to post it. I already asked her if I could post it, and she said, hell yeah. Ooh. And then when I take these in, I'll dump them out into like a shallow dish and just gently blow, because the chaff or the covering, the seed covering, will just float away. So I could have nice little bags of seeds without all the, I usually don't care too much. And sometimes I leave them in the seed bag, so 9 times out of 10, I'll forget to label the seeds, and it helps having a little piece of the covering. And then I'm like, oh, okay, that is clearly Jules Oak Park. Because many seeds look identical. It's incredible. That's why I think, like, you know, this exists. It's like running every possibility at once. Because you'll see the same leaves on a plant that's unrelated, but different flowers, and you'll see the same flowers. Like cymose flowers, I think that's the structure where it all stems from one and it's all the tiny little flowers sticking out of it, like elderberry. And a lot of, someone said it looked like horseweed, which has pretty identical flowers. And so, I mean, carrot, I believe carrot has that flower structure. It's really cool to see all the common, or all the different plants that have just structures in common, even if they're not related. And another thing is like finding out the families, and there's some, like the nightshade family has so much. I think if I were to pick a favorite, it would be nightshades, because they got eggplant, they got tomatoes, potatoes, American nightshade, ground cherries, and other stuff, soda apples. What a brutal plant, brutal. The wild hogs and squirrels eat the fruit of the soda tree, soda apple. It's not edible, and I'm not sure if there are any. I just know that the ones that pop up here are definitely not edible, and I don't know of edible variety currently. And I mean, I learn to plant any plant every day, so I'm not discounting anything, but I don't know. They're the coolest freaking plant. I wish they weren't such dicks. Because the leaves, I've never seen really in person leaves with the spines coming out of the spines of the thorns coming out of the spines of the leaves. I never really see that. And like the plant was furry, but also very prickly. I have some lists. I'm trying to make a Florida native list to keep on me, because really focused on natives. Again, currently there's no irrigation, and soil is very hard to come by out here, unless it's the soil that like create or dig for. But I mean, soil to pot a bunch of pots, and I know there's places that deliver soil, but I don't know what the minimum is, and yeah, so that's, yeah. So there's a few reasons why I want to focus on natives. Old world tropics has my heart and soul, and I also just, this stuff wants to thrive, and a lot of it's endangered. And as much as I want to try to learn how to plant vegetables right now, I have, I mean, there's plenty of wild edibles and native edibles. I just want to put this energy into trying to figure out where I could come by most of these, because a lot of them are threatened, endangered, and rare and hard to cut. One being the Yopon holly, Yupon or Yopon holly. Never quite sure exactly how to pronounce it, but it's a caffeinated native holly here, and it's gorgeous. I've never seen one in person, and another one endangered is our Florida thatch palm. Slow growing, but you know, it's our native palm. And let me see. And of course, stuff to feed the birds and everything. I'm looking everywhere for Kunti palm right now. I had one and it didn't make it. And I think because too much sun, and it was in a pot. It wasn't supposed to stay in a pot. But I'm trying to find those absolutely anywhere. Doesn't matter to ship it or anything. Just really, really looking for Kunti palm. And it's Florida's native cycad. It's our only native cycad. Well, I think it's the U.S.'s only native cycad, and beautiful. It's a slow growing, but the how do you say, the corms or the roots are used as a starch, and that's what our native tribes are using. And it's also the host plant of the Atala butterfly, my favorite butterfly. Absolutely gorgeous. Anything that's black, red, or black, orangey red, and blue is just beautiful. And actually, I didn't know that they existed still. It was like the 1800s, I want to say. I just watched something really brief on it. And they didn't know that they still existed, and a naturalist was able to find living specimens and bring them back. And which, you know, that is huge. And really interesting. Kunti palm. Coontie. Mr. Self-Destruction, hello! Still doing the thing. Now, focusing on more plants, because the winter is finally over. And still don't really have irrigation, so I'm going to focus on native plants, because we got a lot of rain. However, for some reason, it stops, like right across the street. You can see the rain, and it just doesn't encroach any further. So, slowly trying to put together a little nursery. Every season, I like try at least to make a nursery, and this is just extras from stuff that already growing and propagates easily. And I never quite got back to like how I was. I had it on the other side, and all the pines, the neighbors' pines, were taken down. I didn't know how much I relied on the shade. And when I came back to town, everything was fried. It's like 38 mulberry trees, tons and tons of stuff. So I'm still trying to get back to that. Totally out of soil, but it's going good. A lot of the stuff, like these Glendale have just been fine hanging out in this bucket of water. And this is used like ginger, but it's more fibrous. And the roots are very just more, less juicy, but not in a bad way. Kind of more of a floral fragrance, really good in tea, and really good in any form of stir fry, especially if you like the like citrusy, really, really good. And I still have to try to make it again. I'm trying to find the non-seeding variety of lemongrass. I hear it's sweeter and more fragrant. Have a ton of the seeding variety. stuff sucks. I'm just gonna say it. It sucks. Like this. Got some butterfly plants. Gonna try to start a little butterfly garden. This is lemongrass. The seeding variety is so intense to get out, and it seeds everywhere, so it does smell very good when Snappa does the mowing on this piece, and it smells really good, but it pops up everywhere, and then when it pops up in a pot, the roots very short. The roots are only they're very short, but they're able to grab them things like. The only thing I could describe them as is like a newborn's hands, or like the grip of a newborn. I don't know if they have strong grip. I always hear about it, so I always think of that when I try to pull them. Some information on this lady. I found a native garden out here in Palm Beach County, and her garden looks ancient. It's gorgeous. It looks ancient. It looks like it's been there for centuries. And it also looks like spring, but in the video it's in the dead of winter, and it's only 2 years old. I wish I could put the video in the comments, but it doesn't let me type. I'm wondering if I should just run in and do it. Oh, I think I made a playlist. If not, I'm gonna make a playlist that's just like gardening or something, because pretty much everything I learn is either from people or from YouTube and trial and error. Trying to take down the error down a notch, and that's why another reason why I'm focusing on Florida native plants. The natives are just very gorgeous. They all every time I look up a Florida native thing, there's always like 20 plants I've never heard of. So I really excited. It's a whole new world. Even though like it's something that I feel like it's easy to think for me. Like I don't know. I'm very excited. And I mean, like this list, I know a lot of natives, but there's some that I've never heard of. Like sky blue cluster vine. It's endangered, and it's a shade-loving vine, which I don't know. I don't have many shade-loving plants right now besides the monstera that we got for free. And I'm gonna be making. I don't know. Maybe okay. I don't think the AC's on, so I'm going to film it because you never know. Someone who might have propagated monstera. I know it's a very simple plant. Oh, the AC is on. But like here, would I cut per leaf or per like here? Because this has some bumps on it. But you can see, here's the fruit. This one's got a cool spiral on it. There's more fruit over here. This, someone was giving away some fruit. Oh, I'm starting to get a little soft. You cannot eat this until it's falling apart on its own. Oh, that's nice. It's just leaf of life, but it's a nice little specimen. And kind of tastes like a banana mixed in with, you know, a little fiberglass and mango, but it's really good. It is. I do enjoy them. It's hard to beat the flies, so definitely got a lot of protein or however when I eat them. Or is it calcium? Because the shells. Oh, I remembered it too. Is niacin? I don't know what that is. There's something that's in the shells of insects. Because I have nothing against ethnobotany, I really don't. Or ethnomophagy, I really don't. You know, how they're trying to make it like this new like thing, it's not. We're like the weirdos that don't partake in eating insects. I don't agree with it being a replacement. I think people, you know, everybody, even me, could use their mind open a little bit. Like bugs, a lot of grubs, things like that, eaten worldwide and without issue. But you know, like switching farmlands to make these laboratories that are gonna fail anyways. Did you see what's happening with the labs that do the vegetables? They're all failing, and it takes so much to grow in that type of like, because it's not just as simple as plants and water. They're putting all kinds of stuff in the water. That's so expensive. I can I'm imagining anyways. I really have no idea. The like, I think it's one of those things. It's like a good idea in theory, but the upkeep, and I don't know. And you have to be like, you know, you're like trained in numbers to be able to manage a system like that. And I don't know how I would do, because like it says that as simple as water, and because even like if some of even the most hardy plants don't get fed once in a while, they start, you know, losing their lust for life. I don't mean fed, it could be like the fish emulsion, or anaerobic tea, or worm castings, anything that's a nutritious treat. But yeah, I just started watching the video of it yesterday, I think, and I totally forgot to finish it because I'm really curious. Because they were not crowdsourcing or whatever, but they were everywhere for a while, and heavily promoted as like the future of farming. And yeah, I personally, I don't know. I have nothing against farms, and I definitely have nothing against farmers. They're some of the most intense and like intelligent people, and very important, extremely important. Jesus, and like I keep meaning to look up how many farms are left here, because I, I only base off of observation sometimes, which isn't the wisest, but all I see is farms going out, mass housing going in. I try so hard not to mention this because it's just so redundant. I mean, change happens everywhere, and it is inevitable. And I don't mind like having more businesses access to more people. And out here, because it is very far apart, and like I said, there's only a Publix, and you know, a few other things, dry cleaners, and a shopping center. Anyway, I am gonna get coffee. I've been patiently waiting for the coffee pot to fill up, and I kind of forgot I was doing that. So I don't even know if my mind is awake right now. It's just, I don't know. It's one of those things. I'm at this like crossroads of not knowing what to work on, because with the chain, the copper chain that I've tried to make as many necklaces as possible, very, very close to being out of copper, and the plants are very close to being out of water and soil. And then with what else? There's something else. I don't know. It's one of those moments where I have to like just kind of resituate, because I currently pretty much use only what I have and what I have access to, because there isn't much available. However, I think I've gotten some fixes. I can't really find any mulch anymore. I haven't really called anybody, to be fair, but I'm thinking of just growing the stuff. So if like chop and drop. We don't have a lot of chop and drop stuff, and all I can see is the ground's getting drier and drier, because the rain hasn't been coming. Like, see, dry. So I think growing more stuff with the express, like I've been meaning to do that for a long time, but sometimes I get too sidetracked on what I can eat. And yes, but there's other things that need taken care of and stuff like that. Look how beautiful these are, though. Jasmine. This is Blvd jasmine. Very fragrant. It's really fragrant. I cannot wait to try to propagate it, because I've never tried to propagate jasmine. Learning the problems that they have now. Read a little bit of jasmine mold and some other things that I think is gonna do all right because it's not gonna be completely all natives right now, but I'm trying to turn this little spot into a butterfly garden because then when Snapper gets the trail cameras, it'll be really nice to have those up. There's so much out here. Tortoises, like huge turtles come in the yard all the time. And there's bunnies everywhere. We can go to see if the armadillo is out. There's an armadillo. Really, a lot of nature. And maybe I'll go to the park today. I don't know what time it is. That's still an off day. I'm a female or whatever, so I'm not even gonna talk about some bullshit. I've been cursed. But anyway. Armadillo. Back there's the armadillo. I really need to film it. I know if I go back there, the service is gonna cut. And that's my favorite spot. It's such a good reading spot. And I know it's not going to be forever because as soon as, you know, a lot of the lots out here look like native, wild, or they look like little nature preserves, but they're just lots. And when the lot sells, they get, you know, cleared and put a house on top, which is, you know, falling around. And sometimes it's sad because everybody has a spot. I remember in Palm Beach County there's the YMCA, and my hair is just not doing. It's different water out here. It's but what's it? Coffee. I'm gonna grab coffee. That is what I'm gonna do. So frazzled. Why? I don't know. But let's set this aside. Oh yeah, here. Here's the plan so far. Can't really see it. Could outline it in pen. The Cape honeysuckle gets about 7 to 10 feet. Same with the jasmine. So I either maybe have them on either side or start a row of them. I don't know. I know the milkweed propagates super easily, and I've already. Is that what I planted in that? This is why I really needed those plant things, because I planted some Cape honeysuckle, but I think I marked it as pigeon pea. I don't know. I do have some mysteries, like I'm not exactly sure what this is. Oh, Allied, I know what this is. This is Royal Point Smyrna. This is the thing. I don't know exactly what this is, but look at the. So I did not think this was going to survive. This is just a tiny little portion of a plant that I brought back because my phone was dead and I really wanted to ID it. The leaves look kind of like ruta from afar, and rue or ruta, which really beautiful smelling plant. I put a lot in incense and incense ones, which I did set up my incense. I got, or I think, speak, Orient. Trying to get myself to focus just threw me off even more. What was it? Oh, what the hell? There's no one out here to ask. What was I just saying? Oh yeah. So I ground up a bunch of herbs for the incense cones. I'm going to be making some outdoor incense cones. It's getting to be that time. And last summer I didn't really get to test them to see if they were effective or not. And this year I'm just going to fill a big old cauldron and burn it. Lantana leaves. Lantana was touted for the longest time. I kept running into it on plant groups as the future of mosquito repellent. I'm not sure if any products exist with it in it, but it grows wild here, and so the leaves smell delicious. It's not something that I know too much about, so I wouldn't burn it inside. I just burn it outside before I'm gonna be spending time outside at night. And the incense cones themselves, you can put anything in them. You can make rose petal cones, lavender cones, anything. And it's very simple. I will say, if you want to make incense cones, get yourself a chocolate mold, a silicone chocolate mold in cone shape. Because the incense cone molds get really pricey. They're very cool. Some of them are brass. However, making one cone at a time, this you're able to make a ton, but you have got to take the cones out of the silicone mold or else they will mold themselves. I learned that the hard way. I let them in for just a few hours, it felt like, and then I popped them out and they were molded. And so it probably was overnight. But really fun to make. I use this powder called maca powder, I believe, and that's your binder. There's a few different things you could use as a binder, and that just keeps it in the cone shape. And the maca powder itself also smells really good, really earthy. I could bring the bag real quick because I have to get a cup of coffee in it. And I really can't believe it. Like, maybe I don't need coffee. I have myself convinced that I need caffeine at all times, but I mean, I'm rambling pretty decently now, and this is uncaffeinated, so maybe I don't even need coffee. Maybe I just need Yoko and Holly. Oh, I need coffee. Let's set this. Ah! Don't sit in that chair for a while. Alright, so here's the mold. This is the mold. It's just a silicone mold for chocolate, and you can use it for anything. Even resin. UV resin, you're gonna have to leave it in the sun so it penetrates because it is not clear. But silicone, you can do anything with it. Even also like chalk, or if you will, maybe. But this is the like random bits. Got sulfur. Okay, so I don't have maca powder right now. Tabunoki, which is the binder. And then this is some how do you say, coal, like charcoal. And this is just the stuff that keeps it burning, and it's all optional. I usually have some saltpeter in here, which is potassium nitrate, which is really fun because it makes it sparkle or spark. I don't put it in cones. I put it in loose leaf incense, and it's safer outside because it snaps and crackles and does all that. And I think it's sulfur, saltpeter, and coal or charcoal makes gunpowder. Like the historical, like, I don't know much other than that. But these are all the things that I ground up. So I have it ready. I think my neighbor wants to learn how to make cones, so that's rose petals, just dried and ground into a nice powder. And then rue, grown here. Same thing, everything's dried and put into a powder. Rosemary ground up really nice. And this is also grown here. Mugwort, You want to make some sleepy time tea. I mean, incense, but you could also put it in tea. And lavender. Can't really go wrong with lavender. Chamomile is another one. Sleepy time tea. Weird. So this mixed with a little bit of lavender smells a little jizzy. I'm being totally honest. Like, I was shocked. Like, yeah, things work out weird. Anyway, lemongrass. Also grown here. The lemongrass. Well, not for that, but that one just popped up. It wasn't supposed to be growing there, and it grows really fast. And I think when I came out here, I had 2 to 4 plants. I can't remember. I want to say 3, but got them from a produce market, and I was so excited too. I was like, I found the seeding variety. Gonna have it forever. If I forget to check pots, my cuttings get overrun by lemongrass now. Damiana. And this is also grown here. This is Celia Zicatashishi, or Mexican Dreamer. Used traditionally by the Chantal of Mexico. Really beautiful flowers. That's actually how I met Snappo. It was on Instagram. And there's a native, I don't know if it's native, but there's a wild flower that pops up and it looks just like the flowers of Celia Zicatashishi, Mexican Dreamer, but it's not. And Snappo had a mutual friend on Instagram, and I just asked, I was like, do you know the name of this plant? Because I think I found it. And long story short, that's how we met. And before meeting Snappo, I didn't have anybody in my life that grew plants. I had one like mutual friend, but I could never get people to talk to me. I don't know why. I feel like I'm nice or whatever, but yeah, like I used to just try to get so many jobs at nurseries and stuff, and you know, I would tame myself down a lot. Plants. But I don't know, I would just never get the jobs, and like it got to the point that I was offering to work for free so I could just learn about plants, and I didn't have internet access this time. I did. I had Amy Howard's guest network. There was before Airbnb like became very popular. There was a guest house across the street from my old apartment that had a guest network, and that's how I was able to at least make an Instagram. Yeah, I just never put so much effort into all the stuff that I want to see is like right in front of me already, and so never really spent too much time. Now that's totally different. I am on the internet way too often, and like way too often, and I don't feel like I'm learning anything. I'm just watching like just news, which crazy shit is happening in Australia right now. I don't even know what's happening. I just saw like riots and a priest got stabbed. And I think it's the priest that's always on like YouTube and stuff. I always see him scrolling. And wild. I hope he's okay, obviously. And that's why I really want to learn how to fight. I'm not zero shame, shameless, because what the hell? There is a big ass brass cross somewhere in that church, and like it just takes one person to just grab it, and it's still the fear of God. I don't know. Like, what the hell? I already don't go out that much at all, and when I do, I'm always scanning because you know I've had my fair share of horrific experiences, even just walking around. I remember once. I swear to God, a van full of college kids opened the van door, pulls to the side of the road, screaming, "Get her, get her!" I'm just waiting to go crazy with someone. I'm just saying. I had a pen ready, so like have my little stance, pathetic stance, and like they were just laughing, and then they drove away. I couldn't believe it, and that other time, I was walking down the street, and then there's like this drunk dude, and I couldn't understand what he was saying, so I just asked him. I never really shut down people, because I don't like shutting down people, but also another like hidden reason is you don't know how they're gonna react. Um, the dude charged after me for 3 blocks. I was in heels. I was walking back from work, and long story short, I did call the police, obviously. And when the police got there, he was rolling a dollar bill and putting it in a gas tank of a van and was trying to catch it on fire. Wild. And yeah, so we have quite a few stories that, you know, I'm very well justified in my desire to learn how to engage in self-defense. So, if there's anybody out there in Palm Beach County that wants to teach someone a thing or two, really focused on hand-to-hand combat and defense, not offense. I have zero interest in fighting people, but I have all interest in getting out of a horrific situation. And I run really fast, like, yeah. And I climb. Like, I'm not a climber, but I really enjoy climbing. And I know I'm not bad at it, but, like, I can't climb a palm tree. One day I will be able to, maybe. I'm not sure about that one, but the only reason why I can't climb a palm tree is because I'm too afraid to try. Well, the one time I got really close to like figuring out the balance and like how you have to work your body to go up, I slipped and I slid down it like it was a fire station pole. My thighs were raw for like a month. It was horrific. And yeah, so I haven't tried since then. I have some like emergency spikes because you never know. And yeah, I'm I was just so taken by because you know, I haven't been watching too much news only because everything's bad right now, and like, you know, the human mind can't take all that. I don't care. I know my mind can't take all that, so what is someone gonna say to that? I don't know. I don't think it's like a duty of mine to keep up on what quite possibly the dumbest people on this planet are doing. Like, is it like a thing? Like, when you get any form of power, you forget how to be a human being, or what? Because I don't know. I get that it's not that simple, and it's insanely complex. And the higher you get, like, the less people are people, or individuals are individuals, because, like, you can't even see. You can't even see from that height. And so I do try to think about that, and, like, you know, like, and because everybody is a real human being, and with families and friends and histories. But like what they're doing with this, I don't know if I can even, like, I don't know what I can help them with, because I don't have really opinions. I just have observations, because opinions, like, I'm not comfortable enough. I don't know anything unless it's like about handcrafts and plants, I guess. I don't know. But all I could do is observe and like go like, what the hell's happening? Hey! I think she had a frog. She had a frog, she dropped it. It could have been a little mouse, but it didn't run away like a mouse. And she dropped it and was looking at it and was just like yelling at it, or meowing. That's strange meow. Kitten! Yeah. I didn't think I was going to be on this long. was having one of those like under the weather days, and yeah. Oh, I did figure out a guitar strap. I still haven't learned anything, but my friend Walter had this extra strap. I forgot why he gave it to me. I can't remember if he wanted me to fix it or if he thought I could use it. But I was able, and it's gonna take me a little practice because it's been 5 years. But shoot, I already forgot about it. I'm trying to, because I can't play the actual version. There's a song by Juan Gabriel called Hasta Te Conocí, and I think it means until I met you. Hasta. Until, right? Hasta's until. But really, really epic song, and there's the performance of the Bellis Arts, Belles Arts, Arts, really incredible, and I'm trying to learn, not learn, but like make an easy to play version. I know you're supposed to play down here, but an opera singer, a Jewish opera singer, showed me how to play guitar when I was like in 4th grade, and he played it up here, and it's been a difficult habit to break. But I like it. I like, because here I'm able to hold on, which enables me to like remember, because I'm not very fluent at all, and I'm not very good at it, and I don't have the muscle memory. So I like holding that piece. I don't want to look up the chords. I thought I memorized it. I don't have like, I guess muscle memory, so a lot of times I don't hold the string down enough, and it's like, and I could only pick with 2 fingers. And I don't even know if it's considered picking when I'm doing like pinching random places, but I thought I felt something. Don't like how it sounds when I strum it. Not the guitar, like how I think I switch too slow in between chords, so you hear like like the like in between chords. was only 10 years ago, but 10 years ago. Fuck. Oh, never mind. It's okay. I don't have to do that one is Mo Tucker, but I wish I could sing. I don't know what it is. It turned into jelly. If you the night, night can last forever. The sunshine and drink with toast and people are dancing and pop. I just can't get. We have some that are printed. Have some more. A friend made those notebooks for me. That's me. A long time ago. I guess. Okay, so through early morning fog I see visions of things the pain that is withheld from me. I realize that suicide is chaos, brings on many changes. MASH theme song. Okay, so suicide is painless, brings on many changes. I can take or leave it. The game of life is hard to play. I'm gonna lose it anyway. The losing card I'll someday play. It a lot. I'm usually by myself in this corner where no one can hear, but I'm trying to break whatever ego I have that keeps me from dancing and singing. I can only imagine it is ego and not social anxiety. So. So I'm gonna not play any more guitar on a live stream. On forever. Yeah. Ooh, can't forget. I hope that I found this mystery sprout, and I really hope it survives. It looks kind of like baby acacia something, and it was just laying out. Probably when I was digging to fill pot, because a lot of stuff sprouts in the soil bin. But the let me just show here. Yeah, this little baby mystery. But there's unfurling happening in the center, so I think it's not. I think it's fine. And here is a pigeon pea seed. And these are all tomatoes. And it's funny because they're growing exactly where I would put a seed in it, like in the center. But I didn't plant any of them in these. All these were Cape honeysuckle, pigeon pea, and I think papaya. But they're growing like directly in the center, as if I planted them on purpose. Pretty dang close to center. Everglades tomatoes. I could send, I could ship a tomato, like a dried tomato, for seeds. The seeds are very affordable. They're very small. And it's such a treat to grow, and I'm really curious if they'll grow inside. And yeah, they're tiny. They're very small. They're smaller than a cherry tomato. And they're the Everglades tomatoes. They could grow as a perennial here. And I have not succeeded in getting them to, last, because they do eventually disappear, but then they come right back on their own. And very cool plant. Gotta change this. I have my belt. When I'm working out here, I keep a belt on me with the cutters. And it's amazing because every time I find seeds for something and I always lose them. But when I have the bag on, I don't. I found a designer out near me that sells bags that you tie to your belt, but you can also tie them onto your leg. Like the little Tomb Raider bags or something. And I have one, and his business card just happened to be in it, and it turns out it was a local designer. So I'm trying to see if he still makes them. And I think he said he does, but I'm trying to find the balls to ask how much, because and leather working is quite difficult, and the tools used, so I can imagine probably over 100 for a bag. And yeah, I want to ask when I'm like more prepared, because I know that's no fun for small business to be like, how much is this, and then disappear forever. But no, I really want to make a video, so really cool bags. I'm trying to like rack my brains to see if I know exactly where it is to go grab it. Because it's really, I always wore it on my belt, but I didn't know that the string was for the leg, and then when I discovered that, I want this bag in every color. And I have tons of leather, but I have no sinew, I believe that's called, and all my awls I destroyed when I got into metalworking briefly, because I didn't have money for like a metal punch or anything, but I had like 10 awls, and sometimes life is about sacrifice. But an awl, like you can use it to poke things. I've seen people use them for pilot holes, for belt holes, all kinds of things. And sewing. Awl, A-U-L, no, A-W-L. I'm always looking for tools. A lot of, like, I like electrical tools. Any tools, really. Because I always find a way to use them in art or jewelry. But any tool recommendations, if it's something, like, I really need a tiny, tiny paintbrushes. So I got the random, like, inkling to look up disposable makeup brushes. And they're freaking perfect. And now I have hundreds of them. So they say disposable, but I could use them over and over again because I just use them for paint, glue, stuff like that. And really tiny. And I think this is the sweet gum tree, but I could be totally wrong. It doesn't look too hot right now, but I feel like it'll come back. I really messed up. I had this in a cup of water, and the water fell over, and I had no idea. And the elderberry was in the cup, and they were all over, like, in the sun. But I think they're gonna be fine. This is elderberry. I'm so stoked. Elderberry, there's a variety that grows in every state, I believe, and the one that I grew from a cutting, someone posted on a local group that they thought they saw a ton of elderberry growing, and sure enough they did. And it was on the side of the road, really busy road, like a really busy industrial road. It was all being ripped out anyway, so it's not like it was high. And it's now taller than all of us. But I don't know if you can see. I can't even see. Well, let's just go over. My phone is about to die. I'm surprised I made it this long. I didn't think I was gonna, I'm cursed. I was born from a female, so I got shit to suffer through. But whatever. I don't care. Elderflower! Yeah. It's really big. And then this is one too. There's a bee on it. Is it a bee? Very cool looking bee. I've never seen that kind. Oh, there you go. It's just having a little rest. That's cool because this one isn't flowering at all. And oh wow, is that the air potato vine? If you go to Snappo's channel, this, and that gorgeous leaf though. Look at that, look at little hair clip thing. And the air potato. I'm sure they're still laying back here. It's an invasive. There's a cultivated variety that's edible, but this is not it. And, oh my god, that's so many! No wonder why I made so many videos on it. Look at that! These are air potato. I'm a surgeon. Air potato. Huh, that's a lot. No wonder why I was like very taken back. That's the most I've ever seen in my life. Can you just say one? And I enjoy saying potatoes. So, I need more things. Yeah. Just so like, I don't know what to work on. And so doing little things. And I keep meaning to respond to people because I really want to start volunteering at some of these nurseries. I know a lot of them aren't hiring. So which is fine because like my schedule is such a mess right now. But I really want to learn all I can, and especially like just learn more and acquire more variety, because I'm more than happy to help in anybody's garden if I could get there. And you know, maybe grab a few cuttings or something. And yeah, I come with my pole. I come with my pole. What is I trying to say there? My pole saw. No, what the fuck is a pole saw? My bad. Oh, a fence. No, whatever. My shovel is narrow and thin. It's to dig holes for poles, and I don't know what it's called. So I come with that, and my cutter is in a notebook. So you know, I travel lightly, and I have proper boots. I don't show up barefoot. I show up covered up. If I get injured, it's my own fault, and if I get bit by something weird, it's also my own fault. Just please let me volunteer for free and teach me things. I'm more than happy to do so. And if anybody has a garden they want filmed or documented, eventually I'll get a little better editing. But I really want to. I learned best in person. I learned best from people, and I learned best in like where I can't ask questions or like get my hands dirty and like learn hands-on. And unfortunately, learning from YouTube is just, it doesn't work for me personally, because I just end up watching all kinds of things. Like I'll try to watch a bunch on like how to grow a certain vegetable, and I'm like, you know, within 5 minutes I'm 2 hours into a Scythian documentary somehow. And it's just, time melts for me, and I try to make every moment last as long as possible. Kitten! Kitten! Oh, I lost my leaf. That's okay. All right. Well, thank y'all for joining me. Thank y'all, Mr. Self-Destruction. It's been a minute, and yeah. So I really want to do a giveaway soon, and I keep saying that, but I'm just not sure like what anybody would be interested in. So maybe I'll try to do a poll or something. All I know is I'm very thankful, and I really want to give back really bad, and I um, got a lot of stuff made and grown, and I'm more than happy to share. That's the whole point of this channel, is you know, we all live in our own little worlds, and like this is just my way of inviting y'all into that, because I do spend a lot of time by my lonesome, and like Snap is a programmer, or yeah, and so a lot of it's very important to connect with other people and to share like thoughts and ideas, in my opinion. And I put off making a channel for so long, and I'm just really glad that I finally did it. And this is only, I think, 2 or 3 years into casually just making videos. And I went from like just a deep-rooted like pit of depression I just grew up in, and I was so used to it, to I don't know, feeling like I exist again. I don't know. I'm very, very appreciative of y'all, and thank you for joining me. And yeah, happy trails. It means the world. You have no idea. But if anybody wants anything, just never hesitate. Find me on Instagram, Facebook, and I think that's it. I'm trying to keep it all to a minimum, so I actually like am able to respond and stuff. Sometimes I'll go on my Facebook page and there'll be a bunch of messages that I had no idea were there, and I'm like, oh gosh, because I really do like getting back to people, because I just very scatterbrained. So please do forgive me on that front, and happy trails. If anybody is on Modern Warfare 3, I'm fixing to pop on right now. I play every day, and it's just, you know, it takes less paper than a crossword puzzle, and I really just, I like it when you, full body experience in the middle of the day. Yes. No, I'm stoked. I'm stoked. But anywho, happy trails, and I hope everyone has a perfect day. I know Kitten is, I think. Happy trails. Look at this cup. Snappa found this cup for me. No flux given. Now the propagation station is very small. Just needed that really. Stuff for the bottom of the pot, soil, and stuff for the top of the pot. Keep it simple. But happy trails again. I'm really bad at cutting streams. My mom is a Southern Belle, and like I joke, I say our conversations, the goodbye portion, lasts longer than the actual phone call. And so, happy trails again.